I know I'm the only one who will start a process like editing video, and only a few minutes in realize that the files that I'm trying to edit are consuming too much space on the device that I'm editing on. And it doesn't seem to matter if it's the iPad or the phone or the laptop or the desktop. It's too much space for what I have. And so now I have to stop and delete or move or file manage what's already on that device. I'm the only one that ever has that problem, right?
Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast, 5-minute videos, 5 days a week.
I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. I'm guessing I'm probably not the only person who's ever experienced that problem, not the only one who's ever reached that place where it says insufficient memory to complete task. But I also wonder if that same message is rolling around inside your head, maybe not on the screen of your device, but on the windows of your own mind when another opportunity comes up. Maybe it's an opportunity for a new client, or an opportunity for a new job, or an opportunity to take on a new project. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe it's a charity that you've served in the past, and then they want you to come back and serve them again with volunteering your time through their next season. And something in the back of your head says, it's almost like I was supposed to be doing something else and now I can't remember what it was. And maybe you've had that moment where you walk into a room and you're looking for something very particular, and while you're not finding it, you keep running across things that you've been looking for in the past and couldn't seem to find them. And now you're looking at them thinking, why was I looking for that? What did I need that for when I was looking for it before? Is this an incomplete task that I've got to go back to? And now your brain is spinning, but it's not spinning on productive things. Again, I don't think I'm the only one. Perhaps I am, but I really don't think I'm the only person who suffers with these challenges. See, I think the reality is we all have this list of things that we need to accomplish to make our year a great year, to get through the end of this season, whether it's Q1 or it's all of 2020, and we have some specific tasks that we have to accomplish in that time frame. And as leaders, we're not only responsible for the tasks that we have to touch, but all the ones that we oversee as well, all of the other people whose lives we are helping to influence. And as leaders, we have to make sure that everyone stays on task to reach those goals. Now, if you watched the Seattle Seahawks in their playoff game yesterday, what you saw was a whole lot of Russell Owens taking the ball pretty much on his own. I mean, pretty much everything that happened, he did it. I mean, there were some passes and there were some handoffs, but the man had as many rushing yards as anybody else on his team for the day. Now, they came pretty close to almost winning the game, not quite, but he did a lot of it all on his own. Why? Because there were so many other things going on that it really wasn't clicking as a team. Now, when you are in leadership and you have that kind of challenge where you've got distractions left and right, the people rushing you from the right, people rushing you from the left, people rushing right up the middle, and you've got challenges where you need to be able to hand off to people around you, but they've got their own distractions. You're going to have a really cumbersome year trying to get things done. It's really important that we learn to focus on the details that we're responsible for, delegate the details that someone else is responsible for, and frankly, be able to know the difference. We've got to be able to know when a project is worth taking on and we need to shift our responsibilities to somebody else, or when a project looks like an awesome opportunity, but it would prevent us from doing what we're already supposed to be doing. That's what we call a distraction. Let me break that word down for you. This is probably not the way it's intended to work, but dis usually means a bad thing. It means to make fun of, to let go of, or it's not working well. Traction, that's pretty easy. So even though that's a really bad way of breaking down the etymology of a word, the reality is it's factual. Distraction means you got no traction. You're not getting anything done. You've got a really bad way of making progress if you spend most of your life in distractions. And I think, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who spend a lot of their life in distractions. They're so caught up in every new opportunity, the shiny object syndrome, that they lose sight of what they should be doing. They haven't made a plan of what it looks like to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, from A to B to C, from project 1 to project 2. What does the completion process look like? If you don't have a path for your success already mapped out, then everything that comes at you that looks like a good opportunity will also become a distraction to your path. My challenge to you today is to make sure that you sit down and write out a path, both for the things that you're responsible for touching and the things that you've delegated to others. Make sure that you know where starting point is and where the finishing point is, what each step along the way is. Map them out for time, for the duration of the effort that's going to have to go into them, for the expenses, the emotional energy, and have an idea what it's going to take to start and finish if you have no distractions. Then you'll have a better idea whether or not you got time for this silliness. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom. You ever notice that some of the most fascinating conversations you'll ever have, in fact, some of the most fascinating things that you'll learn are from unexpected conversations. Interviews that people have had in various environments have sometimes triggered a conversation offline that really opens up some new ideas. I'm sending out this invitation. Anybody who watches Leading Leaders Podcast, who either is or knows someone who is a leader in their own right, who's making an impact and adding value to people, I would love to have an opportunity just to chat with you about the possibility. Now, in the comments below this post, there will also be a link to go to the application for anyone who is in leadership to just kind of fill that out. Let's talk about why you feel like what you have to say would be of great benefit to this audience and to growing this audience, to growing influence for you and for Leading Leaders Podcast. So if that's something you're interested in, go to the comments, click on the link, and we would love to have a conversation with you. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day. Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.